Hey YouTube, this is Dean making another vid. If you like my content, please consider hitting the like button. Also, please consider subscribing, as it is very much appreciated. Okay, second try on this rub cloth. It is very impregnated, almost, as Dom said, it should be like cloth that's been heavily starched, and this is now. You can see black powder residue all over it. All of them are like that now, heavily black powder impregnated. Every one of them is very stiff and thickly coated in it. This is the last time I'm going to do it. If this doesn't work, I'm going to not worry about rub cloth, because yeah, it's an interesting thing, but it's very niche, and I don't see the point in it a lot, as far as for my particular circumstances. I don't go out in the bush anymore. The days of me going out in the bush are well and truly past me. I only want to do this because I had the opportunity to get some black powder, so yeah. But I think this is going to work, because I really went to town with the black powder, and it is well and truly coated in it. There was a couple of people who put some really good suggestions about nitrating the cloth first and then putting black powder into it, but and what was the other one? There were a few good suggestions, using solar and whatnot. All good suggestions, but the idea with this was for flint and steel, to use it with flint and steel and only use black powder. So that was my thing, and I just wanted to be able to get a good ignition with flint and steel, easy with flint and steel, and just to use black powder, not worry about nitrating it and all that, because black powder has a lot of nitrate in it anyway. That's a primary component of it. I've got a new board, so I don't want to use it. I should use my old board, it's over there, but I might just throw it on here. I'll use that one. That one looks pretty heavily coated. I'll keep this well and truly away from it all. So I'm going to keep those ones. If this works, I'm going to keep that. Those ones in plastic bags in my kits, and we'll go from there. Apparently just dropped sparking as per the instructions I keep saying about it. Should go off fairly easy from the looks of this. And as I said in my last video, be prepared, this should flare up and then it should turn into an ember and basically turn into char cloth then. So it'll ember up, and then you can put that into your tinder bundle. So yeah. The other one was to use titanium, so there we go. Oh, it went. It started going, but didn't. I may not have put enough on it. There we go. Still wasn't. I still don't think I put enough black powder in it. And I put a heap in it. I thought it'd be a lot more vigorous than that. No, it's still going off. Certainly smell the black powder in it. Hope my neighbours are away. They're not going to like that smell. Completely different reaction to what I was expecting. Because Dan from Coal Cracker showed it flared up and carried on, popped and fizzled and carried on. That was very controlled, and you could certainly, because that's turned into a big piece of char cloth now, and you could certainly get that, blow that into flame. Wasn't that hard to get going. Yeah, I'm not real excited about that, to tell you the truth. It worked, it certainly worked. It was slow burning. Might have been the type of black powder I used too. I used the 3FG, which is the finest grade that I had. Although once you put water in it, it really doesn't matter what grade. Break all my stone up. Doesn't really matter what, because once the water goes into it, it just turns into a slurry and just dissolves. Basically, you're dissolving the black powder, and then that goes into the cloth. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I make it again. I'm a bit ambiguous about it, because yeah, for the amount of trouble it is to make it, like, I've tried nitrating cotton before and I didn't have much success with it. I didn't like it. It didn't take a spark very well and didn't smoulder. It's not like bulrush fluff or anything like that. I've had more success with nitrated bulrush fluff than I have ever with that. And I think nitrated bulrush fluff would work better in the rain, as far as I'm concerned, than that. Because, yeah, that didn't look to me like, and I think that one there, where it's got, you can see the black powder. There are bits and pieces of black powder. So that one would probably take a spark and probably flare up a lot better than that last piece I used, because there is a crap ton more black powder on that one. So yeah, and that one probably has the least amount, but it's still got a fair bit on it. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I've got those three pieces. I'm not going to burn them off, because I will suggest, if you're going to do this, put gloves on. I put gloves on when I made that lot up, and it was a lot better, because once you turn it into a slurry, the potassium nitrate in the black powder is very annoying on hands, especially if you've got cuts. And all my hands had fingers. And handling this stuff, it gets black rubbish all over your hands, everywhere. It goes everywhere, all over the joint. So yeah, it is. It's not a very friendly, like user-friendly type of situation. At least it worked this time. So yeah, it didn't take much I was a bit disappointed where it didn't take a spark straight away, because when Dan showed me, but you don't know if he cut it a bit. Sometimes I don't ever edit my videos. You see the good and the bad. So, if it takes 5 strikes, 10 strikes, 15, 20 strikes. So, yeah. So, but I don't know I don't think he did, but yeah. It did take a couple of strikes to get it to go, but once it did go, but his was a lot more energetic than mine, so he may have put even more than I did. So, but I don't know if I want to go any harder than that, because that was at least a controlled reaction and it wasn't too bad. So, because I've had some of my stuff was with potassium nitrate and was pretty vigorous, and it almost takes your hand off when you go, and you don't want it that. You just don't want it to be that vigorous, because it's dangerous. So yeah, where that at least was reasonably controlled. But I'll get in trouble if my neighbour, because I think my neighbours are on holidays at the moment, so they may be home. If I keep letting that stuff off, because he smells of black powder, he'll lose his mind over it, and he'll end up contacting the council on me. So yeah, I don't want to set that off again. Anyway, so yeah, at least it worked this time, so I know about how much. And I poured out of that black powder dispenser, which is, I think it allows a certain shot. But anyway, yeah, I just poured a good dose of it on there, on each one. So yeah, and then rubbed it in, and it worked quite well. So yeah, but I don't know if I'll go through the trouble of making any more of it, just for the trouble. It's for all the trouble, because I think I've got better tinders that would work better anyway. I think my bulrush, nitrated bulrush fluff, works better than that anyway, and takes the spark easier and burns just as hot. So yeah, anyway, there it is. That's the updated one, and I had a success with it. So yeah, which was good. So yeah, we'll go from there. Anyway, thanks for watching.